If you think everyone should be equal, you most likely have a win-win attitude. According to the book, a win-win attitude is the foundation for getting along well with others. Hey, it's Kylie again, and in this episode, I'll be talking about Habit 4. Habit 4 is all about thinking win-win. However, there are also other attitudes that aren't as great as win-win. There's win-lose, which means that you think you're better than everyone else, and it's called the totem pole syndrome because it's full of pride. Then there's lose-win, which means that I think that you're better than me, or like I take the blame for a lot of stuff and let you win. It's called the doormat syndrome because you let everyone walk all over you. In lose-lose, you take everyone down with you. It's called the downward spiral. If you're not careful, your relationships can turn into lose-lose situations. Last but not least, there's win-win, which means everyone can win and everyone is equal. Personally, I found myself in the win-win category, but sometimes I slip up and let my pride get to me, and that puts me in the win-lose. I took what the book had to suggest, and now I'm a little bit better about thinking win-win. The book said to win your private victory first, which means to find yourself and make sure that you're not jealous. For me, I'm not really a jealous person, so I didn't have to work too much on that. Another thing it said to work on was you gotta make sure that you're not competing badly. Competition can be healthy, but it's not healthy when your self-worth gets tied into it. For me, I kind of did have to work on my competition things because it was kind of getting bad, but not to the point where it was like super bad. For example, one time this person in band and we did like a little competition, just like a silly old thing, and then it turned into me actually like wanting to be better than them and like competing against them for real. The book said to not compare yourself because all it is just bad news. You need to understand that everyone is completely different and everyone develops on different social levels, physical levels, and mental levels. The only good comparison is comparing yourself against your own potential. I actually did have to work on this because I used to compare myself to people on Instagram like that had the perfect bodies and perfect fun lives, and it got to the point to where I texted my boyfriend about it and I was like, oh my gosh, like I don't feel as pretty as them or like something like that. And he reminded me of my self-worth, and I'm very thankful for that because if I didn't have him there, then it would have been in a downward spiral and it just would have got really bad. So for this story, I'm not going to name any names because I don't want to expose anyone or like embarrass anyone, but I know someone who had a really bad eating disorder and it got to the point to where they would not eat and almost like died. Then the person eventually overcame it and thought in a win-win attitude, not any of the bad ones. Overall, the win-win attitude feels really good because it can give you a sense of happiness and confidence in yourself and knowing that you're doing something good. So in this episode, I talked about the 4 syndromes. The win-lose attitude, which is the totem pole syndrome. The lose-win attitude, which is the doormat syndrome. The lose-lose attitude, which is the downward spiral. And last but not least, the win-win attitude, which is everyone can be happy and there's just happiness all around. I definitely encourage you to work on whatever syndrome you're in, whether it be good or bad, because you can always improve yourself. And I need you to actually follow the book and what it says because it really does help. I'm not just saying that just because, oh, it's a video. But no, I do mean it because the experiences that I've had, with the book helping me solve my problems, it's worked pretty well. Now, with that being said, have a great day.